Hey everybody, this is the Blind Rage podcast, Homo Halloween Spooktacular. I was wondering if I was going to be able to get that right on the first try, and yay for me, because I did. And it is a Homo Spooktacular because we have three homos. We have me, and I started a show for the first time, I think, ever without saying my name. Hi, my name is Brandon Ford, and I'm an alcoholic. And we have Chucky Fanatic.
Hi, Brandon.
We have Chucky Fanatic James. Say hi, James.
Hello there, everybody. Good to be back on this very special episode that we have going.
Very special. And we have the Thunder from Down Under. Tony is back. Say hi, Tony.
G'day, everyone. Lovely to be here again.
Yeah. So are you guys all into the Halloween spirit? You have your decorations out?
Always.
You don't have a lot of Halloween activity down under, Tony, so
It's becoming a bit bigger, but we'll be having a party on the weekend for it.
oh good.
There you go. A costume party, hopefully.
Well, yes. I needed to up my costume from last year. I dressed up as Monica Seles, if anyone knows who that is.
Wow.
And so this year it's another surprise.
Well, color me curious.
I think you told me, but I don't remember.
Well, I have a bit of bad taste, but Monica Seles was a famous tennis player who got stabbed in the back on the court.
Oh no. Okay. Well,
So you can imagine how I dressed.
I love it.
yeah. Well, that's almost as bad as Bill Maher going as that guy who got killed by that fish like 2 weeks after he died. Remember that?
Do you mean Steve Irwin?
Steve Irwin, yeah.
Aww.
Well, this was she survived, so she didn't die.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, this guy died. And he was an Aussie, too, wasn't he?
He was beloved.
Yeah. I still miss him.
Well, I know you're not
I
talking
still
about
have a thing
Bill Maher.
against stingrays, really.
You still have a what?
I've still got an anger towards stingrays, really.
Yes. Well, you have...
Seriously.
Well, Australia is very, very beautiful, and there are lots of beautiful, beautiful people. And as I've said so many times before, the best accent in the world. However, there are way too many things down there that can and will kill you.
Yeah.
So you have to be...
Makes it more fun.
You have to be careful all the time. So I've kept it mum on what we're doing, what movie that we're doing, because it's such an unnerving film. It's something that I really don't even like to think about or talk about or even revisit, or I sit through in its entirety because I was that affected the first time I attempted to sit down and watch it. And but I'm putting my brave boots on because I have you guys here with me. So I think it's gonna.
We'll get you through this.
I think it'll be okay. And being that I am sort of a noob, being that I haven't seen it from front to back, and you guys have, what were your first reactions to it? Let's start with you, James.
My brother and I saw this movie years ago. I think I was like 19. And we just got really high, and he comes home with this movie, and he's like, James, we're going to watch this movie. It's so famous, for...
Being infamous.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, okay, sure, so we get in our marijuana-induced state, and we're watching this, and we're just like, oh my God.
You couldn't
believe
what you were seeing.
And then, exactly. Like, what? Why? How? What? Just every single question that you want to ask is asked in this movie.
Yeah, absolutely. And it amazes me that there are people who have seen this movie a number of times.
Yeah, it's gained a cult following, which is very
It's very
shocking.
shocking because the movie itself is very, very shocking. I know I was
Yeah.
definitely shocked.
The direct and to this day the director is just so
He
mysterious
is.
and nobody knows where he comes
No.
from or
Mm-mm.
it's just like ah,
All right.
it's a
Okay, shut
trip.
up. You're giving it away. Tony, what was your
Well,
reaction?
well, I joined the cult.
Oh,
I saw this with my ex and a friend at the cinema long time ago, and I've seen some scary movies in my days, but this one it actually had me in tears
oh
during some of it. I was
no.
just that affected by it.
Oh my goodness.
But on other viewings, I've grown to appreciate other elements to it. It's no, I'd say anyone should give it a go.
Mm. I can't believe this actually brought you to tears.
I had to like cover my eyes
Oh,
at some points.
you're more sensitive than I thought you were. But
Ah, that's so cute.
but I think you have to have a strong mind, a strong will, and a strong stomach to be able to get through this. Do you agree?
Yes.
Definitely. It's
Yeah,
not for
there are
the faint of
certain
heart.
scenes. Yeah.
No, not for the faint of heart. I think that's the best way to we could possibly put it. So, for those of you listening, I'm going to string you along a few more minutes before I reveal or unveil the title because we have to get the plugs out of the way. So, as always, I want to encourage everybody to check out my books in paperback and Kindle editions by going to Amazon.com or the Amazon app on your smartphone, typing in Brandon Ford, and you'll find, like I said, my titles in paperback and Kindle editions, as well as my Amazon author page. You can also click follow to get email notifications whenever I have a new release. You can, if you don't already, please follow me on Instagram at writer Brandon Ford. I skipped Audible. I have audiobooks as well. For those of you who don't like paper, or think
Sacrilege.
I know, or think books take up space. You're like one of those people.
Blasphemy.
I know. Well, or if you're visually impaired like myself, audiobooks have saved me. So, of course, I have a number of titles on Audible, and at this time, I have one. At the time of this recording, I have one in production. So, yeah, you can go to audible.com or the Audible app and type in Brandon Ford, and you'll find 10 of my titles right now. I don't know why I never promoted this before, probably because Audible isn't paying me. But if you sign up with an Audible account, I don't know, they waiver sometimes. Sometimes it's one free download and sometimes it's two. When I first signed up, it was two free downloads. So you could get two free books if you sign up, and you don't even have to keep your membership going. You could just pick out a book, hopefully one of mine, and you can keep it, and then you can discontinue your membership. So there's that. And also, yeah,
Yeah, free
free
books.
books. That's always good. And free in general is always good, especially when it's some ass. And because some of us are not lucky enough, like you two, we have to pay for
No judgment.
Are you talking sexually here?
Brandon, you do you. If that means that means you got to pay for it. Hey,
it. Well, of course I have to pay for it. Jesus Christ, I'm a mess. Yeah.
Settle
So
down.
also, you can follow me on Twitter. I mentioned my Instagram handle already, but I'll do it again just in case you missed it. Instagram at Brandon Ford, Twitter Brandon Ford, Letterboxd Brandon Ford, Tony at Tony underscore the underscore bear on Letterboxd, and please do not forget to rate, review, and subscribe. It only takes a couple of seconds to leave a star rating. That's most appreciated. And I don't know whoever it was who left me that very, very nice review. But I want to say thank you to whoever you are. It was very nice, and I was pleased to have found it. I hope I'll get some more of those. And last but not least, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, recommendations for movies you'd like me to do with Tony or James or the three of us together, if you like this setup that we have here, and you would like to hear some more, please let us know.
We are here for you.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm a little nervous now because I'm going to have to say the name. And I don't want to do that.
Say the name.
I don't want to, but I guess it's because it's my show. I have to do it.
Patient.
Oh God. I would bite.
Okay, wait for it. You got to have the build up.
I wish I had a drum roll, or at least the knowledge to know how to edit one in.
I'm working on it.
All right.
But my keyboard's in the other room, so.
Well, Jesus, that would have been worth knowing.
I know. I suck at life. I apologize. I'm trying.
Okay. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. Hold on to your vaginas, everyone, because we are doing The Room.
Dun, dun, dun.
One of the most terrifying films ever made. And I don't know where you can stream it because ever so eccentric Tommy Wiseau has made it so that you have to get it from him directly. I don't think it's on any of the streaming services. I could be wrong. I don't think it's on Prime. I don't think it's anywhere. I think you literally have to buy the Blu-ray or the DVD from either from Wiseau Films, or I think it's on Amazon. Might be.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So
I bought my Blu-ray from Amazon.
You bought this thing?
Yes. I'm part of the cult.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, Tony, how did they recruit you?
Well, I am ordinarily.
It was that dimply ass.
Ordinarily, I don't.
Sorry.
Ordinarily, I don't encourage piracy, but I'm proud to say that I copied mine. My DVD, way back when I had Netflix DVDs, I copied the DVD. So uploaded it to my computer, and that's the version that we're watching, and I'm sure that's the only version that there is out there, because this is so terrifying that it is unrated.
Sorry, somebody had to do a ghosty voice.
Unless is it rated in Australia, Tony?
I think it's just M-rated. Like it's so you're PG-13.
Really?
Like mature audiences or something.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't even try to wrap your brain around the rating system, James, because he's explained it to me like 3 times and I still have no idea.
Hey, I like trying to learn new things.
But yeah, I don't. So does that? Can you get that rating without actually paying for certification, Tony?
I think when it wants to get distributed in Australia, it needs to go through the classification board, and they have to check out the movie. I don't know if you have to pay for it or anything, but
yeah,
you can't watch unrated movies in Australia because you need to have a rating on it to have it viewable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you can have something that's exempt from classification, and that's stuff like exercise videos or birthing videos.
Oh.
Stuff where it's gory, but for like not gory, but like where you see vag full on, but it's for a
who the hell would buy that? Purpose. But yeah, for classification here from the MPAA, you have to pay for that. I don't think that you have to.
Really?
Yeah. Last I heard, it went up to 10,000, I think.
Okay.
Jeez.
So yeah, and in order to get that rating, you have to make all the cuts that they demand, and I can only imagine. Do you think this would have gotten an NC-17?
For this one, if some of the shots had gone on a little longer, probably.
I don't know. Um, but yeah, you can if you want a rating. Yeah, you have to pay for it. But if you want to distribute your own movie and like sell it independently via your website, like a DVD, you can do that. Which is, I think, that's how Tommy Wiseau has been getting away with it, and he has Wiseau underwear and a whole all like Wiseau accessories, jeans, and you can buy Wiseau sneakers. You can get all Wiseau'd out. I'm sure there's probably Wiseau hair dye.
No, you can just buy his scalp. He sells his scalp online.
Probably some of his tacky leather jackets or his cargo pants. All
Oh
right.
my goodness.
Okay. So I think we should get started,
Get this abomination started.
and we should all. I think we should
Yes.
all hold hands in spirit because we're going to need support from one another. And have either of you seen The Disaster Artist?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I've seen it a couple of times. I don't really like it that much because it takes a little too many artistic liberties. Because the book is very, very different, and the book is really, really good. And there's a lot of stuff that they changed and tweaked for the movie. I guess both for timing and to make things seem a little more interesting than they were. But as they come up or whatever, I'll pick some things out. But
Yeah, that's good trivia.
so
I like The Disaster Artist. I mean, I know it wasn't anything groundbreaking, but I mean, for sheer entertainment and laughability.
well, I mean the side by side comparisons from the actual movie to their reiteration or iteration of the movie was pretty good, and I think that
Yeah.
what the fuck is his name?
James Franco.
James Franco did a really good job. Isn't he short though?
I think so.
Because Tommy Wiseau was like 6'2" or 6'3" or something like that.
Yikes.
So yeah, I think he might be like between 5'6" and 5'8". James Franco. All right. So anyway, if you're watching along, I hope you have a digital copy or a DVD copy, or if you want to just listen to this mess and us do the commentary, you can do that. And
There's also lots of reviews on YouTube.
there's those and clips.
Yes.
So
Yeah, don't subject yourself.
no.
Unless you really want to for torture.
So as always, you're going to begin with a 3 count. So we're going to be doing 3, 2, 1, and then starting the movie on play. So
God help us all.
everybody ready?
Yes.
Okay, so happy Halloween, motherfucker. Oh no, I should have did the trick or treat, motherfucker, from
Lord.
Halloween Resurrection. That would have been a good one. Fuck.
Pull a Busta.
I should have.
We'll say it now, and
No,
then
now I
then he can
ruined the
edit it in
moment.
later.
No, I can't ask Mike to do that. He already does way too much.
No.
But that would have been good. A 3, 2, 1 trick or treat, motherfucker. But it would have been too long. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, one.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Trick or treat, motherfuckers.
Okay, that was a little too white. And you're not even that white.
I know, I'm Mexican. That's why it's funny.
That was a little Andy Barkley, though, I must say. All right, listen to this.
Oh, well, thank
listen
you.
to this dramatic music, like we're watching like a period piece or something.
Oh,
I do
and
like
I
the
don't think we
piano.
got to, yeah, we didn't get to see both of the production logos come up.
Oh no.
Well, one came up, but I didn't notice the other one. So,
Oh,
The Room.
so dramatic.
I know, shots of San Francisco Bay and docks.
And it's not even shot in San Francisco.
Alcatraz,
No.
very symbolic.
No, it was shot in a soundstage in L.A.
Los Angeles, yeah.
And then and then they went. It's so funny though on the commentary for the Disaster Artist. It's James Franco, Tommy Wiseau, and Greg Sestero, and James and Tommy do a lot of the talking, and James brings up, why are all these shots of San Francisco if the movie wasn't shot there, or doesn't take place there, and or why didn't you shoot there? And Tommy goes, well, all of my crew is in Los Angeles. I had this guy, I had this guy, I had this guy, and James literally goes, well, you could have hired a crew in San Francisco.
Yeah, that would only
It
make
would
sense.
have made sense, but we're talking about somebody who had absolutely no idea what the fuck they were doing when they made this movie.
Yeah.
Which cost an estimated $6 million.
Wasn't it filmed twice, like on different formats?
It was filmed in, yes, it was the first film, oh god. It was the first film to be shot in both HD and 35 millimeter.
Yeah.
Really?
And yeah, that was a big thing that he wanted for this movie. And they were, because HD was pretty new. This was shot in 2002. And HD, a lot of people still didn't know how to do it. And some of the people behind the scenes were like, it's going to be really, really expensive, not only to get the rent the cameras, but to find people who know how to use them. And he's like, oh no, I'm buying everything. So he
Yes.
bought all of his own equipment.
Must be nice.
Yeah, he bought everything. And even the people at the fucking distributor were like, what? Because nobody buys
Yeah,
cameras.
seriously. In LA, like, you rent everything.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like,
Oh god.
I thought, I don't know. I always imagine Tommy Wiseau as just like a hermit shut-in, like only working on his things. And the fact that I'm hearing that he did a commentary for the Disaster Artist, it's pretty mind-boggling.
Well, he had to make
Yeah.
himself front and center,
Well, of
like
course.
he did when James Franco won. What did he win? A Golden Globe?
Did he? Or I know he was nominated.
I think he did win.
I think.
Yeah.
And then Tommy Wiseau tried to hijack the acceptance speech, and didn't James push him not today, buddy? He pushed him away from the mic because Tommy was seriously trying to steal his thunder.
Was trying to con the event.
Oh, what a punk.
Now, I will say that because I'm an aspiring script writer, this movie gives me some phobia that I'm sure he believed he was writing something excellent.
Oh, he did. He absolutely
And
did.
I could imagine thinking I've written something wonderful and then having an audience just laugh at my face once it comes out.
He absolutely did think that he was writing something wonderful. He thought that he was going to win an Academy Award. He thought that
Would
the
he
movie was going to win.
he just had such a high opinion of himself that he just thought that what he was making was pure gold. Like he wasn't open to any kind of criticism at all.
I think that he knew, especially Greg, because he and Greg were friends for like 4 years. Greg, in the book, he said when he read it, it was like, oh, this is completely nonsensical. But when he told them, because Tommy made him read it in front of him, they were sitting in chairs directly across from each other, and Tommy watched him with intent while he was reading the script from front to back. And as soon as he finished, what did you think?
Jeez,
And
let him get his bearings.
Greg was just like, "Oh, it was great. I loved it." And because he thought that nothing is going to come of this. This is just going to be another one of his ridiculous, brain farts. It's
Yeah.
And he made sure that he had to tell Greg that it was copyrighted 3 times. There were 3 different copyrights and logos on the screenplay.
Oh my.
And he waved his finger in his face.
In talking about how no one said... sorry. In saying how nobody stopped him from going ahead, because he was the producer, I guess there was no one higher above him to say, no, you shouldn't do this.
Well,
yeah.
I can't remember his name, but he's the guy who Seth Rogen played in the movie. But he worked on a lot of different. He's older than Seth Rogen was. The character, or the real guy. He's a bit older. He worked on a lot of movies, and he rewrote the script partially to make it more coherent. And every time he changed a line, Tommy was like, no. And then he was like, I have to change this because the way you have it written, it makes no sense. Nobody's going to understand what you're trying to say. Because all of the characters spoke in Tommy's voice. Nobody had an individual voice. Every character in the movie is Tommy. And Greg said that he has a strong feeling that every line in the script were things that people said to him at some point in his life. Everything. Because he knew Tommy really well.
Sorry.
I'm sure you're laughing at the sex
where I had to cover my eyes.
Oh, don't do that.
The sex scene.
You'll miss his little ball sack.
That was fun in the disaster. I was like, does he know where her vagina is?
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened in when they were filming. He was fucking her navel.
I'm sure she was barely turned on by that.
I think she would prefer it.
She was very, very uncomfortable. This girl who plays, I think Lisa is her name.
Yes.
Yeah, and Greg said that she was one of the nicest people to work with on the movie. And so he felt really bad because Tommy made her cry.
So in the disaster artist, like, was all of that true? Just like him, just kind of like getting more and more pissy towards everybody as the shit went on?
Yes, only it was worse. He fired the entire crew 3 times.
Oh my goodness!
Except for the Seth Rogen character, who's I can't remember the guy's name, but I think he kept him on board because he knew what he was doing more than most people. But yeah, he had 3 different crews. And what's really what I think really makes the book something to check out is what a lot of people who were working on the movie didn't know was that Tommy was making his own documentary about the making of the movie, So he had this young kid walking around with a camera all day long, filming
Huh.
everything that everybody was saying about him behind his back, and then showing him the tapes at the end of the day. And he would stay up all night watching the tapes. And then during one of the confrontations, he pointed at people and said, "And you said this and this and this about me. And you think I have this and this and this." He was completely out of his fucking mind.
Yeah.
But why I think it's so interesting to read the book is because a lot of what is in it, as far as the dialogue between the cast and crew, is word for word what is on those tapes. So it's the closest thing to a nonfiction book that you can get.
Yeah.
It's not
That's
it's not
pretty
a
cool.
reinterpretation. It's real. And this poor woman.
Well, at least she survived her cancer.
Yeah, because it never came back again. Or it was never mentioned again.
It never gets brought up again.
No, I'm saying poor her because she had a I think it's in the movie, isn't it, where she passes out?
Yeah, she had like a heat
Yeah.
stroke
Yeah.
or something.
Because they were in this space with no air conditioning. And that was one of the
And
reasons why I think the crew quit.
Yeah.
So everybody walked out because it wasn't safe to be filming like that all day. And
No, under those lights, no ventilation, and wasn't he like not giving them breaks at
no
all?
no water, no brakes, no air conditioning, and everybody kept saying, "Where's the AC? Where's the AC?" And he would say, "Oh, I called the such and such, and they don't have any. They're out. They're completely out." And one guy called him on his bullshit and said, "Where did you call?" And gave him a name, and he said, "Oh, really? Well, I just called them, and they said they had several ACs for rent. So I'm done now. Bye."
Yeah, fuck
Yeah, he
that.
would lie. He was a pathological liar, and he would get caught a lot because he wasn't good at it.
Yes.
So you spend $6 million to make for a film budget, but you won't spend a couple thousand for air conditioners that can keep people alive.
No, but he did spend a couple thousand for his own private bathroom.
He could have paid his documentarian to just fan people down.
I would like to know what that documentarian got paid.
Right?
Now, in in going with the film, it's now after 12, so I've bought myself some scotchka.
Oh, God. Tony needs alcohol to get through these commentaries because I know how exhausting I can be, James. I think you can attest to that.
Oh my god.
Oh, no, but I was
It's fun to
Heavens,
be
no.
honest.
I was saying,
But for this movie, Tony,
yeah, I
you
think
need
you
it.
do.
Yes.
And if I did drink, please, I'd be 3 sheets by now. But no, I was saying about the girl who played Lisa. She had a shirt that was like backless or showed a good portion of her back, and she had zits on her back, and he made a big spectacle of it and brought the makeup artist, made a big sweeping gesture across her back. I want this gone in front of everybody. Yeah, and she started.
Just build up her insecurities even further.
Yeah, she cried, the poor thing.
Aw. That's terrible.
Nothing wrong with a bit of back knee.
Okay, he just needs a haircut and he'd be really hot.
Are you out of your mind?
Mark.
Oh,
Sorry, I guess I should have specified, shouldn't I?
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he didn't want to do this. This is his sex scene, right?
Yeah, on the stairs.
Yeah, Greg Sestero didn't want to do a sex scene.
Really?
Yeah, he said the only reason he agreed to do it was if he kept his pants on. That was the only way he would do it.
Lame.
So a bit of dry humping.
Lisa, you slut.
Um,
Well, I mean, can you? No one can blame her. I mean, the guy fucks her belly button.
Although I was a bit like disappointed when he shaved his beard off. I did like him with his beard on.
well, um, it was Tommy's idea for him to shave the beard, and he had his documentarian film him in the bathroom shaving it, and he wanted to make it like this
God.
big dramatic thing, and he was like instructing him how to drag the razor
Lord.
and where to look.
Okay, the more I'm hearing, he's a bit of a creeper and somewhat of a stalker. I mean, not all stalkery.
Um,
It's like, I'm gonna be in your life. This is how you're gonna do it. This is how you're gonna have your living room set. This is how you're gonna have your curtains. This is how I want your hair. It's like an S&M relationship, but without all the
You're pretty
fun.
much on the mark, so to speak. But yeah, you're on point there. That's exactly the way it was. And
They could have called it directing with the enemy.
oh,
Yeah, it's an S&M relationship, but without all the fun.
and I don't know if you guys know this, but Greg Sestero did have one acting credit in a movie before this.
As a stand-in?
Well, he did do stand-in work. He was extra. He did do extra work. He was in like Nash Bridges and that movie with Robin Williams where he was he made the kids laugh. What the fuck was that movie?
Oh, Patch Adams.
Patch Adams.
Patch
Yeah, he
Adams,
was
yeah.
in that. But he actually had a speaking role in a movie. Do you know what that was?
No.
He was in Retro Puppet Master.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see that one.
Neither did I. But that was like what he thought was his big breakout, or going to be his big breakout. And Tommy was incredibly jealous. And they shot that in Romania. And I believe.
Oh, where Tommy's from.
We don't know where Tommy's from. Oh, but you know what's interesting? Tommy speaks fluent French. Greg's mother is from France. I think his father's Jewish or something. I don't know what his father is. But I think Greg assumed that Tommy was French, and he introduced Tommy to his mother, and they exchanged a few words, and then Tommy walked away. And Greg's mother was like, "I don't know what that guy is, but he is not French." But yeah, from what I remember from the book, Full Moon had sent him his check for the movie, which I would imagine wasn't that much. And so Greg was renting Tommy's Los Angeles apartment during this time. And so Tommy would come and go and to get his mail and stuff. Greg gets home, finds his check has been opened. He was not too happy. He called Tommy furious, and whenever Tommy got called on some bullshit, he would act like you were overreacting. He would always say, "My God, like, what is wrong? What's your problem? I'm sorry, my God." Yeah, Greg was the asshole
Jeez.
because he was pissed off that Tommy
For
took a peek into his finances. Yeah.
Oh, so he didn't take
No,
the
he didn't
check.
take it.
He
He just
looked at
looked
it.
at
He
it.
just
He
looked at
didn't.
it.
Oh
Okay.
no,
But
he didn't
still, like
need.
that's a massive invasion of
No,
privacy.
he didn't need.
Yeah, he's got a right to be pissed
He didn't need the
off.
money.
Yeah, and
no.
then to
He
gaslight
just
someone
wanted to
when you get
know
upset about it.
what Greg got for it because he was so
Yeah.
envious of it. Oh, and
Yeah.
another peek into Tommy's hysteria about trying to be an actor. He couldn't lose his accent, and he tried very, very hard. And I think it was Greg's modicum of success that led him to believe maybe if I adopt Greg's accent. So whenever Greg would go to San Francisco, back to because it's where his parents, his family lived, and they would call, Tommy would record every conversation and would listen to them
Creepy.
over and over again. And Greg knew he was recording because Tommy would always go, "I'm listening."
Oh, God.
And that means he's recording. So when Greg got wind of it, he would just hang up.
That's just so fucking creepy.
And the tape recorder that you see in the movie, that's the tape recorder that he used to record the
Oh my
conversation.
goodness.
I remember seeing that scene and thinking that could never work.
It doesn't.
Obviously it does.
It doesn't. It wouldn't work. And that's what everybody was telling Tommy when they were making the movie. But he wouldn't listen. He would say, "This is the way we're doing it, and that's it."
Oh Lord.
Oh, my God.
You know, I never understood who this kid is.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one.
You know, is he a neighbor? Is he a
I
son
don't
of a
know.
neighbor? Is he a little
He
brother of
doesn't
somebody?
even-
Is he a cousin? Is he a nephew?
He doesn't even know. He didn't even know.
He's just there.
Yeah. And he was like, I think, 25 or 26, but he was supposed to be like 17 or 18, or maybe a little bit
Yeah.
younger, because he looked younger.
I'm trying to have a three-way with Johnny and Lisa. The beginning scene where they're horsing around.
And he goes, 2 is great, but 3 is a crowd.
Nah.
There was another part that within 3 months.
Yeah, some of that Tommy Wiseau award-winning acting right
See,
there.
that's what the whole movie is basically about, is that everybody he knows and loves and trusts has betrayed his trust and is plotting on him, and because that's the way he thought in real life. He didn't trust anybody. Greg was one of the few people he actually let in.
And even then, it seems like you kind of pushed the boundaries
Even
a
then,
little bit.
there's a lot of stuff Greg doesn't know. Still. Greg doesn't say in the book, but when Tommy was out, he left. This sounds like
Like ship to shore music.
yeah, it sounds like public domain shit. But when Tommy was out, he left some
Here we go.
official documentation out that had all of his information on it, his birthday and everything. So Greg did ultimately find out how old he was at the time, but he doesn't say it in the book.
Wow. It's cool that he knows.
He
though.
knows, yeah.
And I'm calling bullshit. There's no way that bottle would be that full after she just poured 2 massive drinks.
Oh, but it's half scotch as well.
Yeah, but she still poured a fair amount of vodka in there. Ooh.
It tastes terrible, by the way.
I've only tried scotch once. And it
Oh,
was
I'm
really
a big
smooth.
Scotch fan, but
Yeah?
I drink all of my drinks neat. I just prefer it that way.
Nice.
Well, Zoo, if you can talk shop about that, because
Yeah, I think I'll probably get into scotches a little later in my life.
What are you currently into?
Right now, I'm mostly just a beer drinker, but my liquor of choice is vodka.
I used
very-
to be a big vodka drinker, and then I went to a party after work, and to catch up with everyone, I had a tumbler of it, and I ended
Oh
up
my.
leaving almost straight away, and I sort of struggled to drink vodka after that.
That is a lot.
I like it in a Black Russian, so.
James, are you moving around in your chair?
No. I mean, I'm trying to keep it to a minimal, but Marnie's right next to me breathing. So I do apologize for any of that.
This is what, the fourth sex scene?
Yes, but it's a repeat of the first one at least.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because he wanted the first one to be like 6 or 7 minutes, and they were like, "No, you can't do that." So they cut it in half. So this is the other half.
And still with the rose, still with the candles.
Yeah. Yep.
And still pork in the navel.
Yeah. He talks about that in the book. It's like almost beat for beat, the exact same thing. Oh my god, his moaning is just making my penis shrivel up and go up inside my body. Never to be seen
Good
again.
God, I'm a woman.
You're Caitlyn Jennering.
That song was very Backstreet Boys. Oh my god.
Whenever I watch this at the cinema, I always sing to the last song that was on about the rose. It just goes on and on.
Oh, you poor thing. Greg says, well, Greg is not deluded about his performance. I mean, he knows he's bad in the movie. He says he thinks that the best actor in the movie is the guy who plays Chris R. Because he really committed. And they do that. They show that in the movie because Zac Efron plays him in the movie.
Oh, the gangster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like in the movie, like he's like shadow boxing in the parking lot and cursing. He really did that to get himself
That's
amped up.
cool.
Don't worry about it. You just concentrate on getting well.
Well, at least you have a good man.
You're wrong.
There's some scenes that are supposed to take place in the alley, but fucking he made them build the alley on the roof, and everybody, including the complete cast and crew and Greg, said, we have an alley right there. Why?
Why spend the money?
Why spend the money? But no, he had to have them build the alley on the roof just because.
Oh my god.
And you know how this is just like, fucking it's people like the laymen know, who have never even thought about making a film or have no idea how films are made. It's just common knowledge that if you're going to use a certain location, you shoot all of the scenes in that location in one day. No, not Tommy. He had them take down that alley and rebuild it like 3 times.
Oh my goodness. It just kind of seems like everyone treats him like a rich 2-year-old. Oh, just let him do his thing. Just leave him be and he'll be happy.
Well, he was willing to pay for them to do whatever, but then he pitched a hissy fit when somebody from the set department presented him with a bill for nails. I'm not paying for these nails. Nails don't cost this much.
It's like, nails, they're $3.99 a box.
And this scene just comes out of nowhere. Like,
Yeah, who are these people?
Suddenly going into their house.
Well, Greg,
Seriously, who are these people?
I don't know.
I think they're just friends of Tommy and his girlfriend,
Tommy
Lisa.
and Lisa.
To be honest with you, I don't even think I ever got this far into the movie. I wasn't
They
kidding.
show up again at the party. So
I wasn't kidding when I said I never made it through this entire thing.
Lord.
They like to come here to do their homework. This is Michelle's boyfriend, Mike.
And so they just use their house as a sex house?
Yeah.
I don't even remember if this scene is even talked about in the book. I'm using what I remember
Oh,
from.
well, Greg's not in it, so yeah.
I'm using what I remember
My
from the
characters we're
book
never going to see again?
to follow. I don't want to use the word plot, but to follow what resembles the story.
The unfortunate sequence
Somewhat.
of events.
Yeah, there's that. Oh, you know what I was going to say
God.
was Greg had this suspicion that, because if you look, everybody's like 20, except for the mother. Everybody's like at least 20, 25 years younger than Tommy. And it makes no sense that he's surrounded by all these young people. And Greg always had this suspicion that Tommy really wanted to be that young, and he was envious of the actors. It wasn't like he saw himself as a father figure. But he kind of wanted this lifestyle when he was that age, but he couldn't because he was there's kind of a loose story that's pieced together about where he came from and what he had to do basically to survive when he
In the book? or
in the book. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, when he was this age, you know, he was like living on the streets and supposedly and working in but like busing in bars, and there is some suggestion that he was a hustler.
I thought it was like an importer-exporter type of thing.
Well, he said that he made all of his money importing those little birds that you can throw in a circle and they come back to you.
Oh, okay.
That's where he says all his it's a lot of money. I don't know how much he has, but the $6 million that this movie cost was a pittance.
See, wasn't this rooftop scene filmed with a green screen around it?
Yeah, because this
You can totally tell.
Oh yeah, they said the green screen shit because they didn't know how to do the green screen. These people, they weren't hired to do green screen.
But I don't know why when there's plenty of good buildings in Los Angeles to shoot on.
I'm surprised no one's wearing green.
Some money for drugs.
Canadian dollars.
He's going to jail. What?
Mom, please, Denny's with me and Johnny. A man like that with a gun. Why?
Shut up, old lady.
Me in the eyes and tell me the truth. We're your friends. I bought some drugs off of them.
Oh my god, he sounds like Chris Crockers.
I don't have them anymore.
We're out of drugs, Denny's.
What's the matter? I don't
I'm just waiting for him to scream, "Leave Brittany alone!"
You never buy drugs on credit. You always buy with cash. That way you don't owe anybody anything.
Use my Visa. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, seriously. Nowadays, Venmo. You can Venmo your dealers.
Yeah, I thought it was funny that they did that in 13 Reasons Why. The rich kids, they were buying they were using Apple Pay to buy drugs.
Not surprising. I need to check that show out.
Oh god, it's good, but it's rough.
But-
It is
but-
rough.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. It's them trying to solve somebody who's committed suicide, right? Or
The first season,
I know there's a suicide involved.
well, the first season, it's the girl who kills herself makes 13 cassette tapes, and they're all
Oh.
they're all about each individual person who led her down this path to where she wanted to kill herself, but
Yeah.
there was one main person, and
That's dark.
you don't find out who that main person was until the last episode. But then they continue the character. It's based on a young adult book.
Yeah.
But then in the seasons that follow, they continue on with the characters, and it gets a lot darker. Oh yeah. I couldn't see the fucking thing. I had it audio described, and I was like, "Ugh." And during the last episode, I just about had a nervous breakdown because it's so fucking sad.
Wow.
Well, if it's a show about 13 reasons why someone's killed themselves, then I'd imagine, that they're all going to be very depressing.
Well, just the
reasons.
first season is.
Right.
Just the first season is, but there's some other conflict with the characters, and there's more characters who are introduced. There's some gay bashing stuff, and it's really rough.
Oh god. Scary scene. Tommy's wearing those pants that turn into shorts.
The scene, what has he got the cargo pants on right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his wardrobe. They had a wardrobe person, but he refused.
Oh, and he wore the double belts. That's
Yes, because
What?
he wore double belts because he liked the way the second belt, or he thought, lifted his ass, and he said it felt good. So yeah, he would wear two belts, and he would stuff his
I thought.
pockets with everything, like fucking moisturizer, hair ties, combs, cash.
I thought the two belts might have been a Jessica Simpson reference.
No, he thought it lifted his ass. I don't know if it did, but and he was doing that before they even made the movie. He used to go out in public.
Such a weirdo.
Greg used to go out in public with him looking like that. So, but yeah, his big thing was he was often 4 to 6 hours late, like every single day. And a lot of the time people would just be sitting around like playing cards. And then he would come up and scream at everybody, like, "What are you sitting around for? I'm paying you to do this and this and this." Meanwhile, he's 6 hours late. But yeah, he came to the set and said, I'm ready to shoot, because when Her Majesty is ready to shoot, it's time to shoot." And the costume,
It's like a Madonna concert.
the costumes
I'm joking.
lady said that we got to get you into wardrobe. I'm wearing my wardrobe. But you can't wear that. It's got too much stuff. Could you empty the pockets? No. Can I at least take a Polaroid for continuity? No.
God, such a child.
Sometimes when I'm around her, I feel like I want to kiss her and tell her that I love her. I don't know. I'm just confused.
I mean, it's one thing, to have things done a particular way, but jeez.
Well, there's people who are artists. They're eccentric because they're talented. He's not.
Did you just call him talented?
No, I was saying he's exempt. He is exempt. Wait a minute. I think this is the scene where oh no, this isn't the scene.
So I was just looking at his face. I was thinking he could play Freddy Krueger without the makeup.
Well, he was in a car wreck.
He does look a bit Burns victim-y.
Yeah, a little on the right side.
There's like little bits and pieces about his past that's in the book, and there's one moment where Greg finds a picture of him when he was maybe 10 years younger, and he looked like a totally different person.
Okay.
Wow.
So it could very much be like a film where he's trying to recreate a moment in his life where he went one path and now this is the other path he wished he'd gone down.
Isn't that hopeful music? No, everything's going to be okay. But there's a scene I thought that was it, when he and Mark are talking and Mark tells him the story about a girl who gets beaten to death that she has to go to a hospital.
Oh, we just finished that scene, yeah.
And
it's a great story.
I missed it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he starts laughing and says, "That's a great story, Mark."
Well, in the when they did it, they had to do it over and over and over and over and over again because the Seth Rogen character guy, I wish I could remember his name, but he kept saying, you can't, why are you laughing? That's not proper emotion. Where he's telling you a story about a girl who was hospitalized because she was beaten within an inch of her life by her boyfriend, and you're laughing. He didn't understand it. He didn't understand. So they had to keep doing it. And then during one of the takes, and it's in the movie, Greg says that he beat her so bad that she had to be taken to a hospital on such and such street. He added the street. That wasn't in the script. And the street was the street that was where one of Tommy's apartments was. And when they called cut, Tommy freaked the fuck out because he didn't want anybody knowing anything about him. And he thought that, because Greg said that, everybody was going to like fucking, be able to write a book about his entire life. Mm-hmm. And Greg was just like, don't even worry about it. Nobody noticed. Nobody cares. And it was like one of 600 takes. It's probably not even going to end up in the movie.
Right.
Funnily enough, that was the only usable take because every single other one had like distortion. The sound went out. There was wind. There was something wrong with all of them except for that one.
Oh, the irony.
I think he had an apartment there, or it was either where his store was. He had a store called Street Fashions that was never open and had like knockoff Jordache jeans in the windows. And he claimed that's where his money came from, part of his money.
Bullshit. And was this in?
This was in
Los
this
Angeles?
was in San Francisco.
Okay.
And I think that's the one scene that they film in San Francisco. Because it's on a roof, and they're on the roof of that building where that store was, Street Fashions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Clingy much?
Clap, 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 clap.
God.
He was a big James Dean fan. That's where that line came from.
Yes. Is that why he was a James Franco fan, as well as?
I think James Franco approached him.
Oh, I thought I heard a long time ago that he was asked, "Oh, who would you like to play you?" And he said someone like Brad Pitt or from James Franco or something.
I think that might have been before the Disaster Artists came together. But I think that James Franco wanted to put the movie together, because I'm pretty sure he's one of the executive producers.
Yeah.
He's
Well, and the director.
James Franco is starting to focus a little more on the production side than actually acting as of late.
Did he ever? Although I forced myself to watch Spring Breakers the other day because I've been wanting to watch it for a long time, and it wasn't that good.
I didn't like it.
I haven't seen it. I
didn't like
want
it.
to.
A lot of people really loved it. I didn't. That was a Larry Clark.
It had a lot
movie,
of things in
wasn't
it, but no, it was Hermione.
Oh yeah.
Harmony. Yes. I just found it a bit boring in the end. It was just like it had a lot of elements that were exciting, but I just found it a boring movie.
Yeah, a friend of mine saw it. She said it gave her a headache.
I could see that.
Oh, is this
Who throws a football in an
alleyway
alley?
that they had to recreate?
Probably.
Yes, you can tell by that fake window that's in every alley that's ever been built in movies.
It's like that silhouette window from Police Academy 5.
Yeah.
Did you hear the "Oh hi" mark in the background?
Yes.
That thing. Oh, Jesus. That thing with when he kept fucking up the line with the "You're tearing me apart." That's in the Disaster Artist, right?
No, I think you might be thinking of when he throws the bottle and he says, "Oh, hi, Mark." Like he kept having to do that line over and over again.
Well, the water bottle, that was Greg's idea. He told him to do that because he needed him to focus on something. But in the I think it is in the movie because he kept saying, "You're taking me apart."
Oh, really?
And
I only saw it the once.
there are several takes of him going, "You're taking me apart," and nobody would tell him. It was everybody on the crew just was hysterically laughing, and then people started shouting out, "Where's my arm? Somebody took my arm!" And he didn't get it. everything had to be explained to him by Greg. Greg was the only person he trusted. And it wasn't until Greg took him aside and said, "The line is you're tearing me apart, not you're taking me apart." Oh.
Are they still friends?
Yeah. Oh, and the thing too in the movie that I didn't like was they go to that curve where James Dean died, and that is where Tommy gets the whole idea about making the movie, and then Greg being in it, and Greg's all excited and saying, "Yeah, let's do this. Let's do." No, that's not the way it happened at all.
Yeah.
So basically, what happened was Tommy disappeared for like a year or something, and Greg was doing something else, and they didn't see each other for a long time. And then when they finally did see each other, the script was done, but Tommy was all emaciated and he didn't look healthy, and Greg thought he was sick. He didn't know what happened. And Tommy just said, "Oh no, I'm fine, everything's fine." He wouldn't tell him anything. And so that was the day that he brought him up to the apartment to read the script. And it was in pre-production for months and months and months. And all this time, Greg was supposed to be a line producer. What a line producer is, Greg had no idea. And neither did Tommy. But Greg was going to be the line producer. And while they were in pre-production, Tommy kept saying, "You should do this part. I wrote this part for you," because the whole thing was based on Talented Mr. Ripley. It was It inspired him to write the script and Greg was named after quote unquote Mark Damon. Fucking idiot. But yes, he's like, "I wrote this part for you," and he called him Babyface, which I thought was weird. That was one of his pet names for Greg.
Okay.
Yeah, he used to call him Babyface all the time. And so he kept trying to convince him to do it. Greg was like, "No," because he knew this was going to be a dog and pony show, which it did end up being. And the only way he was finally able to convince Greg to do it was some more money. I don't remember if he said how much, and a car. Because his car was on its last leg, so he kind of like did a Betsy Palmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So money in a
car. But the thing was, he was they had already cast the Mark character, and Tommy didn't. Tommy didn't want to tell the guy. So they shot a bunch of stuff, and then Tommy said to this guy, the producers, he was always referring to these phantom producers who didn't exist. The producers want to see Greg in more scenes, so we're just going to film these scenes with Mark, and just for his what do you call it role? What do you call it? The
stand-in.
No. His what's that thing called where actors have like a bunch of his clips of their work. Fucking
like
nobody's helping me out. No, it's like
screen test.
Yeah, well, kind of. So yeah, he was saying that the producers want Greg for this other project, but they want to see him how he can do this role. So blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But after a while, this other guy caught on, and he just left.
Once he stopped being on the call sheet, I'm guessing.
No, they still filmed.
I'm surprised they didn't film all of his role as well as.
Yeah,
being there was such like a redundancy of money and
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my goodness.
And the guy who played Chris R wasn't an actor either. I think he was the boyfriend of or ex-boyfriend of one of the actresses in the movie.
didn't Tommy like his arms or something? Was just his physical?
He liked
appearance
his yeah.
was like,
He liked because he thought he was intimidating. So he wanted him for the Chris R character. And so he did his thing. He was only supposed to work for one day. And then Tommy decided he needed reshoots. So Greg, get him on the phone. And so Greg gets him on the phone and he's like, so what are you doing? He's like, I'm just, grocery shopping with my girlfriend. What's going on? Could you come over to the set for some reshoots, and maybe a different scene? And he's like, oh, well, okay. That sounds like fun. How's tomorrow? No, Tommy wants you here now. Could you get here now? And he's like, are you serious? No, he wasn't afraid of him, this guy. He was not afraid to tell him to go fuck himself. But I think he had to give him a couple extra dollars or something like that. So then they reshot the scene for no reason. It was fine. And Tommy was making demands that he stay. Because the script was changing and there will be more scenes for you later. So the guy pulled him aside and he's like, Greg aside, and he's like, level with me. Are there really more scenes in the script? And Greg's like, well, I'll be honest with you. There aren't any right now, but Tommy does change his mind a lot. So there's a 50-50 shot that he might put something for you in the script later. But as of now, no. And he was like, all right, bye. And left. Oh, and another thing too. This is funny. He fucked up. The guy fucked up his boots. He had brand new boots, and they got all scuffed and fucked up when they were doing the stunts. So he had to buy new boots, and he gave Tommy a bill for them. Pay for my boots.
Oh boy. And
Tommy didn't want to pay. Whenever anybody asked him for anything was, I'm not the Santa Claus. You pay for your own boots. And the guy put him in his place. He was like, man up and pay for my boots. Fine, my God. And he wrote him a check.
Jeez, what an asshat. And who's this guy?
He replaced an actor who could only be on the set for a certain amount of time, but because of how long the set went, the actor had to leave, and this guy just replaced him.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So he plays a character that we should already know, but because a different actor, we don't.
Yeah, and I think Greg.
I think he got given a different name, though.
No, I don't think he did.
It's not
I don't
like
think
a
he
soap
did.
opera thing.
I think that was the suggestion. I think Greg said, why don't you just call him something else? And Tommy was like, no.
What I keep thinking about is why he gave Chris the initial R at the end.
There's no explanation for it.
Yeah,
It's Chris-R. And that was just because that was what he thought, like, a drug dealer's name would look like.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
Like Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, but yeah, basically. Isn't this a scene where they like get into a big brawl and then everything's fine in like 10 seconds? Or did that happen already?
No, I think you're right. Yes.
Yeah, the one guy tries to kill him.
Yeah.
You're not going to apologize that quickly. The other guy's going to storm out and say, fuck you, and then they're going to talk a couple of days and then things will be fine. God, that's a horrible green screen.
And if I can see it,
You heard it here first, folks.
yeah, I have really dark sunglasses on because the screen hurts my eyes. So I basically see white with like moving shapes that I can't really tell where what they are, but I can still tell it's a really shitty green screen.
Yeah.
And that's saying
Well,
something.
it's a really foggy San Francisco.
Mm.
Yeah, and San Francisco's only that foggy like in the early hours of the morning.
No.
Nice church.
Oh, hi,
I was
Danny.
actually wondering if that was the church from Sister Act, but
Your wedding picture's gonna look great. Hey, Peter, come on in.
This is probably going to be highly inappropriate, but I've read the book. I've read the book several times, and every time he talks about the scene where they're in their tuxedos and they're what are they playing, soccer? Or, they're playing soccer or football. I think they're playing football.
Football.
Or just catch. And he didn't know how to catch a football, Tommy, of course. But it always makes me think about this scene that was from a porno movie where the groom and the brother-in-law are in tuxes and they're like off talking where other people aren't, and
in the rectory.
yeah, well, not yet, but it does go.
But
It does go.
that's where it's going.
That's where things go. Yeah.
And did
Yeah,
they
the fact
toss each other
that
the
they-
ball? Sorry.
No, there's no ball. I just always make me think of it because it's two guys doing things that you don't traditionally see them doing while they're wearing tuxedos.
That's what's hot about it.
Yeah. Well, in the porno movie, yeah. Not so much in the room.
Yeah, seriously, and we have no idea what took place. Like, was somebody getting married?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because now they're out of
there's-
tuxes. Yeah.
Yeah, there's literally just that one scene and 2 shots. And Mark's tuxedo was hanging off of him. Like, you couldn't get this thing fitted.
Yeah, no, there's the party that's the end of the movie, right? It's the birthday party. Tony should know this because he sees it every weekend, apparently.
Or
But yeah, and then
Hour
he,
and
I've
3
seen it
minutes
maybe
in.
4 times.
he
It's
says
not-
Lisa's pregnant. That's the last scene, right?
I don't.
I
Sure.
think so.
God, he looks so much better with the beard.
But yeah, if he cut the hair, that would certainly help.
Yeah, right? Right? Cut the hair, keep the beard.
Yes. Like it's almost I don't know, Princess Diana-y. It's far too wavy.
Real. That's the word I was looking for. For his reel.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But
REEL. Gotcha.
what another thing, I thought of that because there's an addendum to the full moon thing. Because Full Moon knew that Greg was getting his acting career started. They put together an acting reel for him, and they gave him a bunch of VHS tapes. He said they were really nice. And Tommy, of course, had to have one, and it was like a minute and 18 seconds. And Tommy watched it over and over and over again. And he would call Greg on the
Creepy.
phone and saying, "I'm watching it again."
That's so freaking creepy.
Oh, I forgot the best part.
What? No.
Because Retro Puppet Master is supposed to be a prequel, they're all wearing, clothing of the century, whatever century that was supposed to be. And Greg's character is wearing like one of those, like the puffy shirt that Jerry wore on Seinfeld.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
The
The pirate shirt. He was wearing one of those like ruffly shirts. And there's a scene where, and it's in the reel, where he goes up the stairs in a castle, holding a candelabra, and Tommy kept commenting on it. He's like, "Why are you wearing that shirt? What's with the candles?" Da, 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 da.
Lord.
And so then it came. So how? Because this this was actually a Union film. I'm pretty sure, the Full Moon movie. So I think that's how.
Yeah.
Or no, that's not right. Greg got his SAG card doing a Ford commercial. And so Tommy was like, how do I get into the Screen Actors Guild? And Greg was like, well, you got to do a commercial that's national, or you have to have a speaking role in a movie, or this and this and this. And so what Tommy did was he decided to do a commercial for his quote unquote street fashions line.
Oh dear.
And in the commercial, he's wearing a puffy shirt, holding a candelabra, and coming down a stone staircase.
Oh my goodness.
And when he comes down the stairs, he says in his thick accent, "To be or not to be? That is the question. Street fashions."
Oh.
And Greg watched this and he's like, does he know that the question is, Hamill is trying to decide whether or not to kill himself? That's what that line is supposed to mean. But I think he was too afraid to tell Tommy. But that got Tommy his SAG card.
Oh. I don't even know what to say to that.
He bought
That line could have worked if it was a stationery store.
he bought his way into SAG. I basically just ruined the book for the both of you because I told you all the best parts. But I do still highly recommend that you check it out. It's a very, very entertaining book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Now they're back in the tuxedos and they're playing the football.
No. They're just in sports clothes.
Yeah, they were just at the park.
Was that filmed at San Francisco? That was one of the few scenes, but I could be wrong. Oh,
Yeah.
that's what I cut out.
Yeah, I think there was like a rooftop scene and then that scene. Those are the only ones that were actually filmed in San Francisco.
We have plenty of time.
Because I actually only watched The Disaster Artist once, just because I I don't. I know this is going to sound weird. I don't actually like that a lot of the film sort of made fun of the movie. I wish that sort of played it a bit more straighter. And my favorite part of the Disaster Artist was actually just the ending where it showed the scenes side by side.
There's a post-credits scene too, and that's the scene that Tommy Wiseau is actually in, and
Okay.
it's James Franco dressed as Tommy Wiseau and in character, and they have some kind of interaction. I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but it was a completely unnecessary scene that was put in the movie specifically because Tommy Wiseau said he had to be in the movie if it was going to be,
Yeah.
if they were going to do this. Because
So that was the way just to shut him up.
yeah, yeah, that's what they did with that's what they did with a certain person with orange hair who was in a very powerful position
Oh.
in the United States for a period of 4 years.
Wasn't it any time they filmed in his hotel, he had to be in it?
Yeah, and they would just cut him out. They would.
We are talking about Best Western, right?
Yeah, they would always film his scenes just to shut him up, and then they would cut him out.
I really loved Johnny at first. Everything's changed. I need more from life than what Johnny can give me.
You need to bleach your
smart.
eyebrows.
Yeah, you're not fooling anybody, honey.
What is this, the early 90s?
Doesn't she have red hair?
No, she's blonde.
Blonde.
What color?
No,
But
Lisa,
her
Lisa.
What color are her
Her
eyebrows?
eyebrows are like dark brown.
Oh, I don't mind that look. I don't like red hair with like brown eyebrows. I think that looks weird.
I have everything covered. Your point of view is so different from mine. Look, I don't want to talk about it.
I remember seeing Alyssa Milano in a TV movie, and she had red hair and brown eyebrows. And as beautiful as she is, the look was not working at all.
Doesn't everybody look out for number one?
Why are you taking out groceries in the living room?
Because that's what people do
Who
in
does
Tommy
that?
Wiseau world.
Who does that?
And saying one line per removal. Like,
And this is how girls behave with each other in Tommy Wiseau world.
Yes, a
and
pillow
she's a
fight with
witch on a
broom.
broomstick, yes. Oh, we're in San Francisco. Oh, God, they're still running.
Oh, they're gonna tumble on top of each other and start making out.
I'm surprised they didn't have to reshoot that to have Tommy come first.
There is definite well, Greg had he didn't like, say it like to the point where it's like, all right, I get it. But Greg is definitely straight. But he definitely felt some gay vibes coming from Tommy. And the first night that he lived in the apartment that Tommy owned, he had to sleep in the living room with no pillow. He had a stack of magazines, old magazines, for a pillow and a sheet, and Tommy was in the bedroom, and Tommy had a chin-up bar in the doorway, and he was always doing chin-ups and using his gravity boots. So on the first night, he did his chin-ups and was making a whole bunch of noise, and he left the door ajar. Then he took a shower, and then he went into the room and left the door ajar. Do you need anything? No, I'm fine. He went into the room. Greg heard him like moving around in the bed and like punching his pillow. And then out of nowhere, Tommy goes, "Somebody's chicken." And that was that.
Maybe he was coming onto the pillow. Although I could imagine secret security surveillance cameras in that whole apartment.
I would that actually makes a lot of sense.
Men and women use and abuse each other all the time. There's nothing wrong with it. Marriage has nothing to do with it.
Jeez, cynical much?
It's like Tina Turner's mother.
Well, you should be happy then.
Do you believe that she's only just now getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? What kind of bullshit is that?
Don't throw your life away.
Who, Tina Turner?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I thought you would have been in there long ago.
She was in there with Ike, I think. But this is the first time that she's in by herself as a solo artist.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bye-bye, my precious.
Okay, that place is carpet. Why are you sweeping? Yes, that has been bugging me for quite a minute now.
I don't know why you're laughing. This is terrifying.
I know. She's
If you don't
making
laugh, you
hours and
cry.
hours of work for herself. When she could just get a vacuum.
This is one of the most frightful experiences of my entire life. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
Surprise!
And they have balloons right by the door.
Now, Tony, you have been to some interactive screenings. When do they throw the spoons?
A lot of times, because I think the room is decorated with pictures
Yeah,
of spoons.
yeah,
isn't it? Like,
yeah. But when do they throw them?
whenever anyone wants to.
Oh,
Someone will just shout out spoon, and like everyone just throws the spoons.
yeah,
That's fun.
yeah. That's in the book.
They're plastic spoons. They're not.
Yeah, yeah, because it was the stock photo that the frames came with, that they
Yes,
used in
yeah.
the kitchen, and everybody was like, "Why don't you just put an actual picture in there?" And Tom, no, it's fine.
Such a weirdo.
And there's another, because I think Greg goes over all of the rituals in the book, and I know that there's another.
yeah.
I know that there's another one. I think it's toward the end of the movie where, when they were filming, he looks down into the corner of the screen and like motions at something, and I think he forgot his blocking or something, and his hand is out. And so people rush up to that side of the screen and jump up to give him a high five.
God. I don't remember that one, but I know that whenever Lisa's mum touches her nose, because she kisses her by kissing her finger and then touching her nose, like people shout out something like, "I put the evil inside of you," or something. And whenever someone new comes in, you're supposed to yell, "Who the fuck are you?"
I could get down with that.
You know, there's a computer game too for this.
Really?
Yeah,
No.
What do you do in the game?
You're lying.
I don't remember. They talk about it in the book, but there are some really fanatical people who are really fanatical about this movie, and they made a computer game. There's probably the same people who made the computer game out of Troll 2.
Gosh, has got some balls.
The only thing I remember about that one is you throw bologna and cheese sandwiches at the trolls, because that's for some reason what they eat all the time in the movie.
I would hate to be the cleaner at that cinema.
No shit. Okay, isn't he around like somewhere?
I
and you're
know.
just making out on the couch?
There's like a party going on. Why
And
didn't you
who's this
finish
guy?
crimping your hair? See, yeah, this is a
What?
new guy. It's-
Yeah,
Is this supposed to be the same guy as the last guy that they switched out?
yeah.
I think. Do you know how hard it was for Greg to say that "leave your stupid comments in your pocket" line?
I'm guessing
Very
difficult.
difficult.
Was
And Tommy
whose
forced
line
him
was-
to
did
say
Tommy
it.
write that?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Greg was like, "No, this is not a cliche. People don't say this." And Tommy's like, "It's in the script. You say it."
But people don't talk
People
like
don't
this.
talk like this. No.
It's 2002. Come on.
Like coming from a foreign background myself, I do hear a lot of his dialogue is very someone has written it in another language and then translated it in their own head into English. Like I could imagine a lot of it might make sense in Czechoslovakian or something.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
he might be Czech. I don't, but it's not.
It's probably from Montreal.
No, no.
Right?
He's definitely not from North America.
I would have thought like some kind of Italian.
No, 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 no,
But,
no,
you know, he's
no.
not- Italian is not French.
I think
He's
like
not
Eastern
Czech.
European.
Yeah, like Budapest or something.
I hope not Croatia, but
Oh man.
Could you imagine if this is what you had, to represent your people?
we've got a few Croats in the industry.
Oh, name me a famous Croat. It's not Alfonso
Viznik.
Ribeiro. He's Haitian, isn't he?
I think so.
So give me a famous. You said a Croat.
Oh.
That's what you call.
Goran Viznik from ER, and he played Nicole Kidman's lover in Practical Magic.
Oh, that movie was
I
terrible.
saw it.
Oh, I love that movie.
I like that movie.
That was the type of, so many people I knew had taped that from TV.
Ugh.
Oh, I bought it when it came out on video. I actually still have that VHS.
Oh, I bought it on DVD, and that's sort of like a. And even the lady that sold it to me said, "Oh, I taped that from town."
What is,
She takes it what?
That she taped it from the TV.
Oh, she taped it.
what is wrong with you people?
We're
Oh, it's
we are just
sweet.
that gay, Brandon.
I think it's one of the most
Yeah,
forgettable.
I like Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman.
forgettable
I'll
movies
watch
of that era.
I actually saw that in theaters.
Oh, okay.
I remember all I remember about that movie was that it came out around the same time Stepmom did.
I saw that in cinemas and regretted it.
I didn't think it was very good.
Oh, that's a good movie.
I thought everybody.
That's one that'll make you cry.
I hated that little fucking girl. I just wanted to belt her in the mouth. She was such a brat.
Well, I mean, when you're a preteen, you got this new mom replacing your old mom. Yeah, you're gonna be. A
And her
little bitchy.
eyebrows were ridiculous.
That's what did it, huh? The eyebrows.
But other than that, Susan Sarandon's always great and everything. And
Yeah.
But
Well, I think for me, it was around the time when I felt that comedies, or like that was a dramedy, were just
Yeah.
a bit too long.
yeah. Well, that Judd Apatow changed that. He made comedies even longer.
Which is a big mistake. Like, if you listen to the Coen brothers, they reckon comedy should only be a certain... Like, and John Waters reckons the same thing.
John Waters says that he doesn't believe any movie should be longer than 90 minutes.
Most, yeah.
Although apparently the new Ari Aster movie is going to be 4 hours.
Oh, I didn't even know he was working on a new one.
But I don't think it's going to be a horror.
Oh.
It looks like it's going to sort of be a... well, hopefully it's got some creepier moments, but apparently it's like an epic...
Oh.
I don't want to say drama, but like looking at it like a... Kind of like The Aviator. Of, Martin Scorsese.
None of your business.
I mean, I don't mind. Personally, I don't mind movies that are 2 hours as long as there's a good story behind it.
Yeah.
Oh, God. When I was growing up, Showgirls used to zip by. All 2 hours, 11 minutes. It was like
That movie's
That's
2
because you passed
hours?
out.
2 hours, 11 minutes. I could kill in a minute and a half with that movie. I was so into it, except for the rape. Then I was mildly traumatized for a few. And then I would recover. And then it's back to the bad acting and the camp. Oh God, I wish that movie would have been successful at its time, so that they would have went ahead with the sequel. That was already written, by the way.
Oh my goodness. I'll give it time. Hollywood's running out of
Yeah,
ideas.
because the movie ends with her going to Los Angeles, and the sequel was going to be her in Hollywood.
Well, I could see it being remade as a miniseries, or a series at the least.
Right.
Well, for what platform? I don't think Netflix.
HBO.
Well, with what Netflix has put out recently, I wouldn't put it past them.
I don't know. But, I mean, see, when you try to make a movie like that, a movie that's so bad it's good, it doesn't work. Every time...
Is that your puppy?
Yeah. She takes after his partner.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's a...
Snores like a man.
She doesn't like the movie.
You would never know that she's a dainty little girl. But yeah, every time that, because you do see it, there are a few out there where it's like they intentionally tried to make a bad movie, and it just didn't work. But every time,
Oh,
Yeah,
I
like
don't think
Snake.
I don't think they should remake it with that intention of the...
well, then what would be the point? Try to make Showgirls good?
Yeah, let's say that.
Maybe somewhat tolerable.
Oh, it's very tolerable. How dare you? It's more than tolerable. Although, I could have dealt with some male nudity, thank you, with all the beef I had to stare at for 2 hours, 11 minutes.
Right.
I wouldn't have
They
even...
could do show boys.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle MacLachlan doesn't do anything for me, but I wouldn't have minded if he, like, showed something. I mean, give
Has
something
he
for the
been
gays.
nude in like any of the David Lynch stuff?
I don't know. I just know that you see his ass in Showgirls during the pool, when they have sex in the pool. I don't know. I haven't really seen that many David Lynch movies.
I've seen a couple. They're just weird. They're just really weird. and I mean that in a good way, because they stick with you. It's like
And again,
when you
and
just
again,
watched
I've
the
joined
David
that
Lynch
cult.
film.
Well, I just saw Blue Velvet for the first time not that long ago, and I did not know that toward the end of Clerks, when Jay says, "I'll fuck anything that moves," that was Dennis Hopper's line in Blue Velvet.
Like, yeah, she wasn't exactly trying to hide that she was cheating, dude.
Yeah, the whole thing that Greg was trying to get through to Tommy, it wasn't sinking in, was you saw the whole thing. What is the tape for? Why do you need proof when you saw it? You were there.
Right?
Maybe it's because that's the type of liar Tommy is. is that even if you see it, you need the actual proof to then show it to him anyway.
Well,
I see it, but I don't believe it.
that he was on that spiral staircase the whole time it was happening. He could have just come down and been like, guess what, bitch?
Get out of my life.
He was too busy beating it off.
Oh, I think he was too busy, planning his next close-up. Oh.
Ah!
Just destroyed the evidence.
It took you long enough. All right, boys, here comes the truly terrifying moment.
Didn't she already walk out the door?
Yes, yelling
And
at
he's saying, get out, and she's already gone?
I'm gone, you dick.
That would have been funny if she poked her head back in and went, I already left, idiot. I cannot tell you how badly everybody was laughing at him when they were filming these emotional breakdown scenes.
It's so believable.
He thought
It's got tears and everything.
he thought he was fucking Olivier in these scenes.
Oh, not the telly.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, at least he
And that thing is heavy as
won't
hell.
have to watch his own movie. But yeah, and there's some thing about in the script that he I don't know if it's in the movie, but there's some thing in the script about that Greg didn't understand, where he gets like a piece of metal that's under a chair that he breaks and he uses it to pry open the box that the gun is locked in. And I think that was what it was. Was that it? I just heard a metal clamor.
No, it's
No, he's destroying the room.
yeah.
Not the room. The
The
titular
been doing that
room.
the
roll
whole-
credits.
Yeah, and they said the first time they shot, they filmed the gunshot, the blood spray. It looked like
Now, fuck that dress.
yeah, there's that.
Oh, God.
But when they shot the suicide scene, the blood, Greg said it looked just like somebody stepped on a ketchup packet, the way it sprayed against the fireplace. Yeah, I forgot about the dress fucking scene. I don't know what that is supposed to be. Oh.
You weakling.
I will say, though, that flashback of her saying goodnight, Johnny, right before he pulled the trigger, that wasn't bad. That was kind of eerie.
This could be like episode 14 of 13 Reasons Why.
Because he shot himself in the head, lady.
You checked his pulse.
Why is he dead?
I guess they missed the
doesn't he
fact
keep
that
breathing?
half his face is gone. Or oh. Hey, Glenn. Hey, Glenn. Oh God, they should do a remake of this with all drag queens, but something tells me they already did.
Oh my God.
I want a woman playing Tommy.
Oh yeah.
That would be awesome. Jeez, dude, you played your part in this too.
I love you. Cause of all of this.
Oh, Jesus. It's not right. No, no, it's not. It's so not right. None of this is right.
Yes. More of the fact that we're all sitting here watching it. That's not right.
Well,
either.
it's Halloween.
I know.
It's a time for.
Well, if
really is
loving this is
terrifying.
wrong,
Mm. Mm.
it looks like a young. God, I forget his name now. Pepper from Modern Family.
Who?
I don't know.
He played Robin Williams' partner in The Birdcage.
Oh, Nathan Lane. Yeah, he does. Yeah, I could see that. There is a strong resemblance there. Sorry, Tommy, you're never going to be taken seriously.
Didn't he want the ending to be that he's a vampire?
Yes.
Oh my god, seriously?
You didn't know about that?
No, this is the first time hearing of it.
Yeah.
That he sort of like carries on.
Yeah, he said well, I don't know if he was necessarily serious about it. But it was an idea that he was shopping around to people to get their opinion. But he was going to drive his car off of the roof and fly off into the night. And
Like it's fucking Grease?
yeah, and it was going to be the big twist was going to be that he was a vampire the whole time.
Oh my god. In broad daylight.
No, I think it was supposed to be at night.
Yes.
Was it daylight? I don't know.
Oh no! Well, the whole thing, a lot of it's
Well,
set during
A
the
lot
day.
of it's daytime, yeah. Bravo. Brava. Brava. That is some fine theater work right
This is
there.
encore.
Even more terrifying
Play it
than I
again.
remember.
God.
Jesus Christ.
So now you got to experience it the whole way through.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do you have a
There you
new
go. Wasn't a total
appreciation
loss.
for it?
Is this your jam right here, Tony?
No, it's the one that goes, you oh yeah, it is the one.
Yeah, she's saying a rose or something.
You are my rose, you are my whoa, whoa, whoa.
oh
I think Tommy wrote the song.
Oh my god. Listen to that one in the background, like. This is like some En Vogue shit right here.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm
Free your mind.
And I've never found the song unattached to this movie. Like, I don't think I could find it on Spotify or anything.
No, you wouldn't. All this stuff was. They probably found like people who were so starving that they would have sold their music to just about anybody. I think Greg does talk about where they found the music in the book, but I don't remember. Back in the early aughts, though, there used to be a website called mp3.com, and Full Moon and a couple of their subsidiary companies, they used to get their music from there because people just used to put their own stuff up, and
Oh, yeah.
they would sell it. Either they would sell it, or you could just use it if it was on mp3.com.
I think I remember that.
Oh, God. Now,
So I enjoyed that experience. That was a good watch.
It's a
again.
lot more fun with folks to do commentary with it.
Yes.
I don't think I think I just dropped the mic because there will never be an episode more terrifying than this one. I don't think there will ever be
You've seen-
a movie more frightening than this one.
You heard it here first, kids. Watch this
Well-
movie, you're going to be awake all night.
We tend to watch movies
Tell
where
your
the
parents to rent it for
director
you.
butchers women, whereas in this one he just butchered the film.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
That's the real terror.
Oh my God. You know what I'm really surprises me is that he never, or at least to my knowledge, attempted to do a sequel.
Yeah, but where would the sequel have gone?
Oh, I don't know, but I'm sure he would have figured it out. I'm sure he probably would have found some way to bring his character back.
I mean, I think he really could have taken it to off-Broadway.
Well,
It's all set in one room.
that was the idea at first. It was first going to be a play, but then he thought it was too cinematic. It had to be a feature. Oh Christ! I don't know. I have no words.
Me neither.
speechless.
Except I want that hour and 40 minutes of my life back again.
If you could turn back time.
Exactly.
I want
Sing
I
it,
want
Sharon.
Tony to sing more of that Rose
Oh.
that Rose's song.
I think we've been ruined enough by the movie.
Oh, come on. We'll do a virtual karaoke.
Boy.
You are my rose.
Well, is everybody ready to wrap things up? Maybe get some candy.
Yes, I've got some Turkish delight.
Oh,
Indeed. I think there's trick-or-treaters on the way.
Oh, no, I wouldn't. I've kept the Turkish delight to myself because nobody else likes it, but I don't mind.
oh! I thought you were quoting the. I thought you were quoting
The Lion,
Candy
the Witch,
Shop.
and the Wardrobe.
No, I thought you were quoting the Madonna song.
No. Suddenly just ripping that out of my ass. No.
Oh, I want to ask this before we go. What is your favorite Halloween candy?
Snickers.
I'm going to be very Aussie and say strawberry Frodo frogs.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, so you
Sounds
just have to
fancy.
take my word for it. They're chocolate
And
frogs,
yours?
and they've got like a stuffing of strawberry inside of it.
Oh.
I think that's what's in it. Is that caramel in it?
Oh, that's a caramella koala. That's a similar thing.
I don't know. It was either that one or the one that you just said. One of those that I told you. My friend Liz her husband liked them, and they weren't expecting a lot of trick or treaters that year, so they just bought a bunch of those and just in case. And they gave out like 2, and he ended up eating the rest.
Yeah. Oh, well, like every other year, we haven't had any trick-or-treaters. It's not really that big, and I think because we're the gay couple, the kids don't really pop by.
Oh, that's the
But I
scary
remember,
house. You're the scary house.
Oh.
But one, like, because in high school, we had to sell chocolates, like, to fundraise.
You actually
and one
did
year,
that?
I had a big box of the caramella koalas, and my family just ate it all, so...
You had to do that, or was it voluntary?
No, I think we sort of had to.
Oh, get the fuck
Like,
out
we're
of
all
here!
given a box.
I would not.
no.
Oh no. They used to try to get us to sell candy. They not in high school. In middle school, yeah. in elementary school, definitely. And I didn't give a
Yeah.
fuck because we didn't get anything out of it. We got maybe like a fucking like fiberglass trophy or something if we sold the most candy.
Yeah, we got
But
some gift or food,
there-
a certain amount.
yeah, there was this family who lived down the block, and they were overachievers, and they always had to be the best at everything. They had to have every time they got a trophy in like some kind of sporting event, it was in the front and center in their window, and of course they would be out in the bitter cold every fucking year, going door to door to door to door selling candy. And a lot for Easter too. A lot of it was Jesus-y stuff, like crucifixes. I don't even know if they would get away with that anymore. Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think? Because like people
Was
might
it
get
edible
mad.
Jesuses?
Well, it would be like Christ on the cross, chocolate.
Yeah, but could you eat it?
Yeah, probably not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you could eat it. It's chocolate.
No. Like that we don't have anything like that. We just have the eggs, the Easter eggs.
Yeah, yeah. We had eggs, but it was mostly like crucifixes. I remember.
Chocolate crucifixes? That just seems wrong, even for back
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
And even
Well,
eating it
back
would seem
then-
sacrilegious on a religious
How
level.
old do you think I
Yeah.
am? Jesus Christ. Back then.
Tummy Wisos.
Oh, God. Well,
We'll keep that a mystery, Brandon.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, it just, because I know everybody's clamoring to know. Nobody even asked me.
Oh,
My.
well, your big birthday is coming up soon.
Shut up. It passed already. It's Halloween,
Really?
remember? Fucking my favorite Halloween candy is Skittles.
Guilt.
Skittles.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Taste the rainbow?
I like the berry ones.
Yeah, those are good.
Somebody has something that they want
I-
to say down there?
Well, I used to prefer M&M's to Skittles because the Skittles would get caught in my teeth.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
It's very cute.
All right. We've had enough Halloween horrors for tonight. I don't want her to transform into something ghastly, because that's what it sounds like is happening. She's metamorphosizing. Oh.
Well, it is her time of the month.
Oh.
Oh, really? Oh.
No, get your.
You didn't get her
your pet
uterus
spayed and neutered,
clipped or
people.
whatever the fuck they do?
Well, of course I did. I got her that way.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. We have to de-sex our animals here, and the two that I have are brother and sister, so it wouldn't be very good if I didn't.
You know what I heard? Fun fact, a lot of people don't know this, but in Sweden, it's a law. If you're going to adopt a cat, you have to adopt two.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh.
Because they
Why?
so they could have a friend.
Aw.
Oh.
Well, that's nice.
I thought so.
I mean, it's weird that it's a law, but that's
Well,
nice.
if it takes a law for people to do something nice, then so be it.
It's not a very nice place.
I know. I could imagine that more with dogs, but with cats, they're
I
very
might get
independent.
emails from Swedish people being like, "What the fuck are you talking about? We don't do that here."
Where are you getting the
Where-
information?
exactly.
Liza Minnelli lies.
Yeah, but I did hear that. I don't remember where, but
It wasn't from your sister, was it?
Swedish. I'm sure Swedish cats are beautiful too, because everybody in Sweden is beautiful.
Oh, they're probably very furry.
Probably, and blonde with blue eyes.
I'm talking about the cats.
Yeah, so is he.
All right, now everybody thinks they're George Carlin. Okay, they're working on their 5 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up before somebody tries to steal my
Oh,
show.
hey.
Pussy willows.
You get 3 people in a virtual room. Yeah, stuff's gonna fly.
All right.
We had to watch Tommy's ass.
Oh my god. Yeah. Well, did you actually see some beehole?
Oh, well, he doesn't stretch his hole out.
Well, no, I know that, but I thought there you do see some hole.
No.
I know you.
I mean, I didn't
definitely
focus in
see
that hard
You
on it.
definitely see the sack.
I mean, and I don't think we want to look that hard either.
yeah, maybe in Blu-ray you can see it.
The whole thing, it reminds me of a show, dimples are fine when they're on your face.
Oh. No, because I remember James Franco talking about that when he was on Howard Stern to promote The Disaster Artist. He said he noticed it when he saw The Room, and Howard Stern was like, because you're so authentic and you want the movie to be, as authentic as possible. Did you show yours? And he was like, oh yeah. But I don't think he did. I know he
Okay.
showed his ass.
Yeah, I wasn't looking too hard for any hole. So
Oh, you don't like that
I
view?
think I'll just... Not on him.
Not Tommy's.
On that note,
Yes, I feel like we're going down a hole.
yeah, we're definitely going down a hole.
No, we don't. I'm just going to stop talking.
Well, this has been the Blind Rage podcast, Homo Halloween Spooktacular. And I want to thank James for being with me and Marnie and her big
It was a
mouth.
pleasure.
And Tony. This was a lot of
Trick or treat, motherfucker.